Hi everyone, it's Dr. Brockenshire. Welcome back. Interesting 2020 we've had. Welcome to 2021. Summer 2021. What have we learned in the last 6 months? We've learned that if you share the truth on social media, you get censored. Okay, no brainer. We've learned in medicine, in natural health care particularly, that the experimental medications that are being thrust upon the society that we live in come with unwanted consequences. And so we've been forced to rise above and come up with some solutions. What I'm talking about is the effect of shedding from experimental injectable drugs that was an unintended but fully realized consequence. So unlike a flu vaccine where it's possible to shed that virus for up to 2 weeks, the jabs that we're looking at today give the ability to outgas or shed the advanced spike protein antibody that they force the body to create. So now that we're all experts in biochemistry, because we've been on the internet for too long, understand that these drugs are forcing your cells to make these antibodies, and these are mutant antibodies. These are robotic, almost like antibodies, where nature would never do something like this. But these have been engineered to cause the robust production of these spike protein antibodies. So what happens, and Pfizer is fully aware of this, and they've documented this, and they've told everybody about this. This is on page 67 of their prospectus, that any mRNA drug will potentially allow the host to shed that antibody. What that means is if you've been in close proximity to people who have recently received a jab, that can impact your health. All right, this is well documented. You may have heard of women with weird hormonal things happening, or people with weird cardiac abnormalities, or arthritic flare-ups, or whatever. The situation is going to hit the weak spot. Now, for this to impact you, you typically have to be within a 3-foot radius of somebody recently jabbed. And you definitely don't want to share body fluids with anybody recently jabbed. It says so in the insert. Do not do that. Now, how long? Well, we know that the shedding potential peaks at about 2 weeks, and it can last for up to 120 days. So if you've been feeling weird, you can't figure it out, nothing makes sense, you didn't do anything wrong, your body's falling apart for no reason, ask yourself, have you been in close proximity to anybody who's recently had a jab? Well, that could be anywhere. I mean, if you just flew on an airplane, you've been exposed. No, the mask isn't going to stop it. So if this is going to keep happening over the next 6 to 12 months with all the boosters and the second dose and school and all that other stuff, my team and I have been trying to figure out how the heck can we protect the patient base from this inflammatory insult. And the problem we ran into is this is not a natural situation. This has never been done before. But thanks to companies like Pfizer and Moderna, they have produced documentation that helps us understand this. So what that means for us is this robust spike protein antibody is a lot like a tennis ball with a nail in it. And as that tennis ball's rolling through your system, it's scratching everything and creating inflammation. So then your body's going to throw repair chemistry at it. And when your body's exposed to that type of wound, it will use copious amounts of vitamin C and zinc to repair itself. It will also raise LDL cholesterol as a repair molecule. So we probably don't want to do that all the time. The other thing that we've noticed clinically is these spike protein antibodies then get into your lymphatic system. And if you've had any swollen lymph nodes in the throat or the armpits or the groin, there's a good possibility that that was induced by spike protein antibodies. So we are challenged as clinicians with how do you help the lymphatic tissue heal from something like that? Because it's not supposed to be exposed to these things. This isn't how nature designed us. We worked long and hard, pored over the research, trying to figure out how can we get things into the lymphatic system that will soothe the wound. Since we can't avoid the insult, how are we going to help soothe the insult? For example, sometimes you just need to wear gloves. So if you're welding or you're working with hot pans, it's good to have oven mitts handy. Our bodies don't have that kind of protection against these things. What we figured out is keep your vitamin C levels topped up. So that ranges anywhere from 1 to 3 grams a day minimum supplementally, as well as keep vitamin C high in your diet. So strawberries and broccoli are very high in vitamin C. Make sure you're eating those this summer. The other thing we were trying to figure out is how do we get the inside of the lymph tissue to heal? And what I came across was research done on lymphoma, which is cancer of the lymphatic system. And they showed that the combination of Ganoderma mushroom, shiitake mushroom, and maitake mushroom help support the immune system and its ability to heal a wounded lymphatic system. So we've pulled on Third Planet again, and we are using the MycoRev immune formula to help with shedding. And that will help heal the inside of the lymphatics. You would typically take 2 a day. And make sure you've got lots of water on board. But that's not enough. So our friends at Quicksilver put together the only true shot that I can think of that works. This is Immune Charge. Why'd I call it a shot? Well, because it is. Only it's more like your bartender shot. Tiny little dose of liposomal medicine. All right. So one of these doses has a full supply of Hochberg elderberry, so German elderberry. It has a full dose of vitamin A, full dose of vitamin C, 10,000 units of vitamin D. So a complete massive dose of vitamin D. Vitamin E in the form of Delta Gold tocotrienols, which those are the new kids on the block. Those are the next level vitamin E's. You're going to see those in everything from anti-aging to anti-cholesterol. It also has a full dose of vitamin K2 because remember, we're trying to make sure that we don't end up with blood clotting issues. And the beautiful thing about this method is it's liposomal. So you don't have to digest it. You put it in your mouth, you hold it for about 10 seconds, it's already in the lymphatic system and it will go into circulation. So the immune mushrooms and the immune charge shots will protect you and your lymphatic system from any potential shedding issues so you can get back to living. Because at some point you have to go back to work and you're going to have to be around people whether you like it or not. The third part of this equation is individualized custom homeopathic preparations, which we are producing on a person-by-person basis if it's needed. So your base is the immune charge shot, the mushroom, and then if we still need more support, we can make you a customized homeopathic for whatever system is having the most difficulty. Some people it's the connective tissue, some people it's the kidneys, some people it's the liver, gallbladder, you name it. These things inflame anywhere they get stuck. So this is a work in progress, and we'll see how long it takes to get this one banned, but we didn't say anything controversial this time. This is straight up fact. And we've got to get everybody ready for fall because all the students have to get boosted and fully vaccinated if they're expected to return to school. And we've got to make sure that we can all handle what's going to happen when that happens. So let's get prepared. Let's get stronger. And let's put an end to this misery. Call the office if you have questions, and we'll chat with you soon.